Welcome back. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. The sun is out, which is a rare occurrence in Michigan in the winter, and I'm happy
I still think
to
it's
be
single
here.
digits, though, which is not fun.
Yeah, well, there's a warm up on the way, so
Okay.
we'll see what happens. My friends in the city that I work in just got 32 inches of snow
That's a lot.
in like 24 hours. So that's insane.
Yeah.
I'm wishing them well.
Yeah.
But kind of glad I'm not there for that. So
Mm-hmm.
today I thought we would talk a little bit about, we introduced kind of the foundation building blocks, the things that I'm just kind of trying to work on to kind of build that life that I want, right?
Mm-hmm.
We talked about them a little bit with Ty. But I thought today maybe we would just talk about them a little bit and maybe some of the struggles, but also just some things that I do just to try to make it easy, right? I'm a firm believer that like adding more steps to my day is not the best way. I'm not the most consistent person in the world, so just kind of like targeting a few things for each of these different things. So
Creating habits.
creating habits.
Creating good habits.
Yeah, and doing some habit stacking when applicable. So
Mm-hmm.
the first thing I wanted to talk about for me is financial. And I think for us, for a long time, we just kind of have just tried to make it through, right?
Yep.
And so what my next step is really to educate myself more about, ways to be smart with our money and looking at how do I, are there accounts that are easy for me to access that I can pay attention to? Are there ways that I could make my money work for me a little bit without it being like really sophisticated, but just all of those kind of things. So you're just
Have fun with that.
Is your approach that you would just rather not deal with it?
I'm with probably all things in my life. I'm all in or all out.
Okay.
I'm never dabble in it.
Okay.
I don't dabble in anything.
Mm-hmm.
So is with money, if you're taking the lead on that, I'm out.
And you're okay with that?
It's not a two-person job.
I think for a lot of people it is.
That's craziness. That's just craziness. It's a one-person job.
So
It is.
Anyway.
Because it causes confusion if two people are trying to do the money.
right, I guess maybe just as long as everybody's, in their relationship, as long as people are on the same page with what's being done and there's, like transparency and that kind of stuff. Right. And I also
for sure.
just the
Yes.
whole, I don't want to feel like I am solely responsible. You know what I mean? I'm willing
You
to
are. You don't have to feel like it if you don't want to.
Okay. Oh, Lord. All right, so much for that. But I have been reading some good books about it also. And just, again, I've realized that so much financially, you form these opinions when you're young about finances. I think with cancer so impacting my ability to make money and, build a career, there's also just been a lot of, like, feeling very scared about it. And I'm trying to just get past all of that and, like, go... and also, like, I feel like this is, like, the story of my life or a woman's, oftentimes a woman's life, but, like, guilt or shame around, oh, I didn't do that right, or I should have. Instead of just going, stuff happens, and none of us are perfect, and all that kind of stuff, and, like, just move forward. What can you do to move forward? So, taking some of the emotions out of it as well. Mm-hmm. But, anyway, so that's what I'm doing from a financial standpoint. And then another block is physical. Another building block is physical. So what do you do in terms of, do you have like, this is what I do every week?
Literally, exactly, yeah. I add 1 rep a week. But yeah, I'm lucky enough where I teach a strength and conditioning class during school. So I'm in a weight room 5 days a week, 4 days a week, and it's pretty easy. After about 3 weeks of teaching and testing and correcting and doing all that, they're kind of just working out. So I join them and I work out with them. I've pretty much been doing a really similar workout that's good for me for, I don't know, year and a half, 2 years now.
Okay.
It's not muscular strength at all. I stopped doing that. It's all muscular endurance, because it's just healthier for me at my age. And I don't injure myself doing it. I can get a lot of reps in, a great workout in, kind of a thing. And the kids watch me do it, and they're always just peeking over at me, watching me, because I do 1,000 reps in 30 minutes. That's my thing. I have a big clock on the wall that's going, and I know my start time, and I try to get 1,000 reps in 30 minutes of different things.
Yeah.
All different things. Using weights, non-weights, body weight, abs, all of that. But and then I just add 1 rep a week.
Okay.
Until I get to, it would be 120 reps. Then I add 5 pounds to whatever I'm doing, and I come back down to 100, and I work my way back up. And yeah, that's my system. It's working for me. It's keeping me healthier and not injuring myself working out, which I've done before.
Yeah.
I just am missing the cardio part because I hate it. Couldn't hate it more. I will go play a sport for 3 hours, but tell me to go jog for 20 minutes, and it's like, it's terrible for me. Yeah. So that's why I enjoy like walking with you and doing. It's not a tough cardio, but still it gets those miles on my legs, and that's what I miss. And I just, of all the willpower I have, I can't make myself do it.
It's also just really a challenge when you live in Michigan and like the weather turns and the roads are bad, sure. and you can get on a treadmill, but treadmills are boring and that kind of stuff. So it's just about figuring out how to do that, right?
Yeah, I don't have enough time to do my workout and a cardio workout in that period of time.
Yeah.
So I'm choosing this now, and then I practice after school that I coach. I could, after practice, spend 20 minutes and do that. I just don't.
Yeah. Well, I think for me, it's like different because I'm more of just, again, like I have goals and just what can I get done and not trying to overthink it. So I like to walk. I walk at least 3 to 4 times a week. I'd like to do it more. Sometimes I walk more than once a day. I'm lucky enough that at my job, we can often walk at lunch, which is nice. But I just feel like for me, everything counts, right? Like, so I count, like I don't want to get down on myself about not doing enough, So my goal is to lift heavy twice a week. And and I know that's helping me. I'm not going to downplay that and go, oh, it should be more. Like, and for me, I can, lift. And I can be done. I mean, sometimes it takes me 45 minutes, but sometimes I'm done in 20, 25 minutes. It's just like really, squats, deadlifts, chest press, a few things that I'm always going to do. But it's, again, I'm just like, I'm not going to beat myself up for not doing enough, The other thing
when you talk about goals, you have goals. You have goals as far as the workout, or you have goals that you're trying to achieve something?
I have goals more just that I'm getting workouts in.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I did think about, it's 2024, so I was like 24 workouts in 2020, like 24 workouts a month. Because what I am finding is that I'm really structured when I'm at work in another state. I have plenty of time, whatever. I come here and then I don't get off my tush, sometimes. It's really easy to spend a whole day inside, not working out, all of those kind of things. Yeah. So that's where I'm just trying to increase my consistency. And I kind of thought that was fun. I like plays on things like that. So 24 workouts in a month, in the year of 2024. And I have been, like, I did just start adding in some yoga, which is really challenging for me because I just, stretching, it's just hard for me, right? So stretching, but I really love yoga with Adrienne, and she's on YouTube, and it's free, and every year she does a flow or a kind of a 30-day thing to start the year. And again, with that, I'm just not gonna quit something because I miss a day or whatever. Like, I'm on day whatever it is. I'm not following the calendar with that. I'm just gonna pick up from where I left off, kind of with that. So
I find, with a lot of people, they have a goal of 24 workouts and that kind of thing, and life gets in the way.
Yeah.
And they don't miss a day, they quit.
Yeah, they quit.
So in a lot of cases, and what I teach about is with accountability, the odds of you quitting just almost go down to zero.
Yeah. With
the accountability. I don't know if either of us do that, though. No, like, I'm not accountable to anybody with that.
No, I don't. I mean,
I think we're accountable to ourselves.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like for me it's personal accountability.
Yeah.
And when I look at that too, I always kind of think about, like, for that kind of thing, never miss more than 2 days in a row, you know? And also...
Your accountabilities are kind of your rules.
My rules that I have, set. You know, and there's another one, never miss a Monday. Mm. You know what I mean? Which, again, just based on how you kind of start your week or whatever, you do it. Or I also, because... you know, like something in motion stays in motion and something at rest stays in rest. Mm-hmm. I also will tell myself on a day that I really don't want to do it, like, do 5 minutes. And 5 minutes always turns into a full workout, you know? Mm-hmm. And again, for me, it doesn't mean slay dragons. That's not where I'm at right now. I'm just trying to consistently gain strength and just overall health. And like I was telling you, when we were in Florida... I played sand volleyball, and I haven't played in a few years or whatever, and the sand is not, like, super sandy, but, like, I wasn't out of breath. I wasn't, like, it wasn't, I know I was in better shape than I was a year prior to that, you know what I mean? So, and that is from doing these workouts that it's just like, I'm walking, I'm not generally sweating, I'm not, you know, or if I'm sweating some, but it's not like I'm dripping in sweat, and it's not like I spent an hour. You know, it's really just from being consistent and, you know, pushing sometimes, but oftentimes not, just repetition, right?
Yeah, building that slow curve into it versus just I'm doing nothing. Now I'm working out.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people do, and and I've done.
I think the other thing that we both have had a lot of experience with is injuries.
Yeah.
So we, you know, I'm not willing to risk that, you know, and it was also on the other side of that fulfilling to go, like, I didn't feel like I was at risk of an injury for playing volleyball, even because just my overall health is better. Mm-hmm. So that was cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's one of those things that I think with almost anything that's kind of a building block or a foundational type of thing, it's kind of like less is more, and don't overthink it. You know, what works for somebody else doesn't work for you, and you just make your own rules. And
I would say try to find somebody to do it with you,
sure,
or be accountable to.
Yeah.
You know, I think, and we both started things and quit them, and it's certainly we are not perfect by any means, but I just think we're at a different point. If you are somebody who has tried and has failed and quit and done all that, that's fine. Find some people, and you can find them online. They don't have to be your neighbors. You don't even have to know them. There are basically support groups, and that's what they are for this exercise part of life. And it can be whatever you want it to be. It can be just like she said, you know, get 5 minutes a day in there, or start with that. It can be whatever, but be accountable to somebody. I think it is a game changer.
Yeah, and I would say the other thing with that is almost the flip side in terms of you also, like, ask on Facebook or in your neighborhood thing, does anybody want to walk? Or I'm going to start walking at, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you don't have to be great friends with somebody to walk with them.
You don't even have to talk to them.
Exactly, but sometimes it's
when we walk, we rarely talk.
That's true.
You know, we just go.
Yeah. But, you know, I mean, that's a great way to build community and everything else, and does provide some accountability and reach out, right? We're all trying to get.
And if you are having an enormous conversation, speed up.
Yeah. No, I mean, and even just resources in the community. Like, I oftentimes will meet a friend to walk at our high school, and we know, like, outside around the the kind of the parking lots and things like that is a mile. And then across the road is a cross country course, which our coaches have done this beautiful map. They want people to use it. Like, it's a really cool place. And, or even if you don't want to reach out to somebody, a lot of communities have a place where people walk. Just go. Sometimes it's nice just to have people around.
With other people.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do it, though.
Yeah.
Everybody can do this. They can get better.
Yeah. So, all right. Another one is like mental, spiritual kind of, practices. Mm-hmm. So for me, again, I am not the most consistent person in the world. So I don't ever feel like I have to do something every day. But I do, I have I guess for lack of a better word, a devotional book that I bring with me. And sometimes even when I'm packing really light, I'll take pictures of the days for, to read or whatever. And it's just kind of a little bit of a, I don't know, helps me think about, we're all, again, this good things coming and whatever, we can work on ourselves and all of that. But also for me, I think it's just about, right now, it's really about spending time on the things that I really care about, and working towards the goals of where I want to get to. So, it's been, and even just recognizing that just taking the time to maybe be quiet, to turn things off, to listen to my own thoughts are really important, right now. So. What about you?
Never quiet. Never. I have not done any of those things ever, and probably won't.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you do. That's good.
Yeah.
It's what we're seeking out, and I'm obviously not seeking that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's different for every person, but, and, just different stages. So. Let's talk about nutrition. Also a building block.
I think goes hand in hand with fitness. If you're just doing one of those, you're really only getting 50% way there. I mean, they go together. And you can do one or the other, and you're getting 50% of what our body really needs. And a lot of the people listening to this, we're trying to build an immune system. Yeah. That's what we're doing. We're trying to make our immune system as strong as possible so it can fight this metastatic disease. Yeah. So, and I know we're not supposed to, it's Monday, but nutrition's hard. Nutrition is hard because good nutrition takes thought and it takes time.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. It does. Compared to fast food, compared to easy food, compared to grabbing something at the gas station, good nutrition takes thought and time. And knowledge. I should add that too.
Yeah.
Not everybody knows everything, anybody knows everything, but the basics.
Yeah. So I think my focus with nutrition right now has just been mostly meal prep. Honestly, again, I'm not here.
That's the thought and time.
Yeah. I'm not here 3 to 4 days a week. So, and I honestly, I know people get bored with it, and that's the challenge. I think is how to keep going with it, because if you meal prep, honestly, your nutrition can be sort of on point without a whole lot of thought, you know. But it is about, what are the things that you're going to eat for breakfast that you're going to eat and not go, I don't want that, or whatever, and lunches and all of that. I don't love breakfast. I don't always eat it. And I do vary that a little bit. I pretty much have a hard and fast rule that for lunch it'll be a salad, and a good salad, for me or whatever. And then dinner, I'm more usually thinking also about calories, because my goal has been to lose some weight or whatever, and I just don't want to blow it with, a lot of calories, but I do want to feel like I feel full, I guess. Right. You know what I mean?
That's, I think, the goal of everybody right there.
So
that's trying to watch what they're eating. Yeah, right there.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's just all about I do eat the same things a lot,
Me too.
And I think that's what a lot of people would tell you if they are, pretty consistent with their nutrition, that it's a lot of the same type of things, so.
And varying's good. Varying's healthier for us.
Sure.
I mean,
Absolutely.
to truly get all of our nutrients, especially when we're talking about vitamins and minerals, you have to vary your vegetables and fruits to an extent where I don't know if anybody does.
Yeah.
Because you don't, I mean, the nutrients that you're getting from an apple, you don't need every day.
Yeah.
You can get by with every, say, third day.
Yeah.
But then it's also like a red bell pepper, is going to give you certain nutrients. You don't need them every day. So varying them is the healthiest way to go. But man, A, I don't have the palate for that.
Yeah.
And B, the shopping.
The shopping, that's the big thing too. It'd be one thing if we lived in a place where there was a market every day and you went shopping every morning and picked out new things. But that's not how we live. And it is a challenge. Although I am trying to get a little better at certain things. Like this week, I went to Aldi and I was buying stuff for dinner for me while I was working, and I bought one sweet potato, and I had that for dinner that night. So I am getting a little better at that, but you're right. I definitely like certain fruits, especially.
Well, I'm way worse than you.
Yeah, you
way
are.
Worse. And I love those vegetables and those fruits.
Yeah.
But that's all I'm eating. And I know I'm not getting the nutrients that, hey, I'm eating a fruit and vegetable. I know I'm getting the same nutrients.
I know, but especially when you're starting out, like, just do what works for you,
Absolutely.
Right?
And I know that by eating a salad and an apple or a fruit every day for lunch, well, at least I'm getting that, and I'm not getting any empty calories.
Yeah.
And so, and then, I have a very similar dinner every night too. Why? Because the meal prep's done on that chicken, on that lean beef. Yeah. And I try to not put other stuff on it. And I'll do a salsa, which is low calories, or a mustard, which is low. And I'm trying to watch it that way. Yeah. Meaning I can eat a little bit more because I'm not adding those empty calories.
I know. I love sauces though. Man.
Exactly. We all do.
Love them.
They taste so good. Mm-hmm. But in a lot of the cases with the sauces, it's because they're calorically really high, and usually calorically really high in that fat or carbohydrate. Yeah. So those are the two reasons why they're high. That's why we call them empty. They're simple carbohydrates in a lot of cases. Yeah.
It's interesting too, like, because I live in a hotel half the week. Yeah. I keep it really simple, and that also is beneficial to me. I don't have a lot of extra things with me, so I can't go.
You got to go
crazy.
to the store if you really want it.
I think there probably is a vending machine downstairs, but again, it's not something that I put on the table for myself, so it does help me, to stay on track a little bit. So, yeah. But
everybody can get a little bit better.
Absolutely.
Whatever you're doing right now, if you say to yourself, if you're out there going, I do want to eat a little healthier, then change one thing tomorrow. Yeah. But do it for the whole week. Yeah. Set a goal. I'm going to do this. I'm going to change that, and everything else about your diet keep the same. Yeah. If I ask kids, everybody can say my diet is either great, good, bad, or terrible. Yeah. Everybody can put yourself into one of those. Yeah. Well, just change one thing. Don't change the whole diet, and do it for the whole week. Yeah. And see if you notice anything.
Yeah, and you can keep some of the things you love, too. Like, I mean, in terms of, like, we were talking a little bit about sauces. Like, I love barbecue sauce. Like, I can eat almost, that's one thing that I'm willing to give up the calories for it, to do a pulled pork or something like that, But I will give up, putting it on bread. Oftentimes, this is one of my go-to meals now, is pulled pork on a sweet potato.
Oh, that's very healthy.
And I love it. It's so good. And it's so satisfying. And it's, it's not super high in calories. And, but also, like, our son loves wraps. Like, he loves wraps. So, okay, put good stuff in the wrap. You know what I mean? And he is learning that.
And he's finding out he likes some of those sauces that are healthier for you.
Yeah.
Caloric.
Yeah. So, you can do it.
But everybody can change one thing.
Yeah.
I think. And don't try to change the whole thing. Why? It's the same thing we talked about with the fitness. You're going to quit.
Well, and not just that. I think also the other thing that from a nutrition standpoint is, like, don't go out and buy 17 new fruits and vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
Buy one or two. Like when you end up throwing away your refrigerator after that's all, you're going to be really mad at yourself. So just like, again, it's easy to kind of go crazy, but if you're not going to use it, then it's just a waste for everybody. So, and you're going to stop. You know, so, and again with that too, like add, you know, it might be smarter to buy a convenience type of food that if you know you're going to eat it, right? Or whatever. I love grapefruit, but I buy the cups. I'm not going to cut up a grapefruit. Like it's not going to happen. I buy the no sugar cups. They've gotten more expensive. I still feel like it's worth it. I'm worth it.
It makes it work and allows you to eat healthier.
Yes. And so that's, you just got to do what you got to do. So. All right, last one is self-care, which when I think about that, I think about, for me, it's more like, it's almost like taking care of my body, like adding in some things that are good for my body. And it's not necessarily like nutrition or things like that. Like I'm, 51, still trying to add in like moisturize every day. Things like that, where I'm just like, I feel good about myself if I do this. You know what I mean? So
can in self-care, is it also kind of some rewards that don't fit into those other categories?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think self-care is that too, also in terms of recognizing, no, I do want to spend some time reading and I'm not going to feel guilty about it, or doing anything, watching TV. I don't care what you're doing. I think there's so much of like this level of perfection of how to spend our time and what we're going to do, and like, do what brings you joy and allow yourself some time to do those things, right? YOLO. So I don't know, but I do oftentimes think that self-care often looks like also the just little things of, oh, I'm glad I did that for myself. So cool.
Yeah.
Have anything else you'd like to add on this?
No,
I
don't think so. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. All right. Well, add some things in. Let us know what you're doing and what your foundation kind of building blocks are. And
little changes.
Going
to go a long way.
That's right. All right. We'll see you next time.
See ya.